So we knew this was coming. It's been rumored. There was talks about it. IDW and the future when it's coming to the Transformers brand with them. Uh, IDW was at the WonderCon over the weekend, and they made an announcement. I believe it was John Barber and the crew were there, and they announced that after the Unicron event, it will be the end of the IDW universe, of the Transformers universe with IDW. Now, what does this mean for IDW as it pertains to the brand and what they have trademarked with it? That we don't know right now. That we don't know right now. Nothing could really be said right now about it. But it's something that has been rumored for a while now. There's been a lot of talk about, especially like now that Hasbro has has a Power Ranger license, and Power Rangers is with Boom Studios, which is another big comic book company that handles a lot of different licenses, much like IDW. They kind of have this. They're kind of the same kind of situation where they don't really have their own original creations. They just do licensed comics based on other stuff. Boom Studios known for Power Rangers, the WWE brand, and a lot of other things too. So it always makes me wonder. It's like, are they going to go somewhere else? Is Transformers going to be making its return, which I've heard for rumors for a while now, its return to Marvel? Will Marvel get back the brand again? So there's a lot of talk that's been going on, and they gave a nice piece of art. They were showing Unicron with Planet Earth. It was drawn by Alex Milne. If you want to see more of this, come Free Comic Book Day, which will be in May, you will be getting a free issue of Unicron, Transformers Unicron number 0 from Free Comic Book Day, which is the first Saturday of May, which probably should have checked what that date is. It'll be the 6th. Oh, excuse me, the 5th. It'll be May 5th. So be sure to hit your comic book stores and get that first free issue and check it out. But it's the beginning of the end, and we'll see what happens. And there's certain people, like a lot of people have asked in the comments, they've always wanted to know what we think of the IDW books, or have you read it? I've read everything. I keep up to date constantly.
I am not up to date.
Wendell is behind, and that's behind. Wendell's behind, and that's one of the primary reasons why I don't talk about it on the podcast, and why I don't talk about it in a lot of different lights. Like, I've been on other podcasts, and I'm very tight-lipped about talking about stuff, because same thing, a lot of those other podcast people are also behind. And the IDW books are one of those very spoilerific kind of series.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You're really, for anyone who watches Walking Dead or Game of Thrones or any of it's in that same vein, that there's just so much going on from issue to issue, episode to episode, that it's hard to talk about it publicly when there's people that aren't caught up yet. And I personally enjoy it. I could understand why I know a lot of people in the fandom that aren't a fan of IDW stuff a lot, and I could understand where they're coming from with it. And there's certain different walks of life, in the same way that I could see people who don't like other Transformers series, but at the same time, IDW is not perfect. I've never felt that it was bulletproof, their series, so I can understand some of the negativity that does stem from a lot of its stuff. But that being said, now it's at its end. It's going to have a conclusion. Where it's going to go from here, we don't know, but we're going to find out soon enough. And it's something that, I feel that, if anything, I'm just doing this segment to say it's coming to an end, and if you want to at least take a bite of it to understand what's going on, you'll be able to pick up a free book soon enough in May.
Yeah.
Because I find Free Comic Book Day really doesn't do enough advertising as it should. So
it's free stuff, people. Come get it.
Yeah, it's a free. You'll pick up Transformers Unicron number 0, but usually a lot of stores let you take like 2 books or 3 books. So might I also suggest The Tick? That'll be another. That's another one of my go-to books usually. There's going to be a lot of great books this year. I suggest freecomicbookday.com. You get to see what's going to be available. But I suggest The Tick. They always do one every year, and they knock them out of the park. But yeah, so this is something that's coming. Keep an eye out for it, and we'll definitely talk more about it probably in the future, just not anytime soon.